Hey, Colabcoaching here again to share some wise words of wisdom for the week. It is a brand new topic. So excited to get into this topic. This topic is for a certain demographic, but we'll get into that a little bit. If you're watching this video, don't forget to subscribe and like this video. And if you really want to, go ahead and put a comment in. Let me know how I'm doing. Do you like these videos? Do you not like these videos? Are there topics that you want me to talk about in specifics? Because I'm all open for it. And with that being said, let's get into this topic. Now, the topic for this week is men and their emotions. Men and their emotions. Now, as a man, myself, I can attest to the fact that a lot of men, especially a lot of friends and family members that I have, they don't really talk about their emotions too much. I know there is a change in the way that men are thinking, especially with the normalization of coaching, counseling, things of that nature. But there are still a lot of men who don't talk about their emotions, and I wanted to break down this topic because I am a big proponent of expressing my emotions. Because believe it or not, women are not the only ones that have emotions. Men, women are not the only ones that have emotions. Again, men, women are not the only ones that have emotions. And when it comes to emotions, I'm not talking about anger. I'm not talking about stress. I'm not talking about that in particular. But I am talking about you feeling down, you feeling depressed, you feeling anxious, things of that nature. Because a lot of men do not talk about how they really feel. They will say that they're okay. They will say that they'll get through it. They'll say that it's not really bothering them, but it really is. It really is. And we have to change this dynamic. We have to change this dynamic. Men, I'm talking to you directly in this video because I hear this too many times, especially on social media, how you need to be an alpha male, how you need to be more masculine. But in reality, men also have masculinity and femininity in them. You know, we are human beings. We are human beings, and we were given the blessing of emotions. Emotions does not mean weakness. Emotions do not mean weakness. And a lot of times we like to spin it as if you being emotional means that you're weak. You being emotional, you expressing how you feel means that you're not adequate. You having emotions means that you are leaning towards the female aspect of being a human being, but that's not true. Men, we have emotions because we feel. We get hurt, we get cut, we get heartaches, we get depressed, we lose sight on a lot of these things, and a lot of these things help us grow. Because if you did not know what a heartbreak was, if you did not know what it means to be hurt, if you did not know what it means to lose someone, to go through grief, it would not make you a better person. We become better people. We become better individuals when we go through heartaches, when we go through grief, when we go through sad times, when we go through struggle moments, because it allows us to be versatile. It allows us to be perseverant. It allows us to grow and mature because we have experienced these things that many people have not. And you can teach other people about these experiences. But if you're a man and you go through these things, keep it inside, bottled up, and you don't express it, you're doing yourself a disadvantage, and you're also doing people around you a disadvantage, because you have a rich, unique perspective on how you feel. No one can tell you how you feel. No one can tell you exactly what you feel, but you can express how you feel and what you feel. If you are not sharing that, if you're not disclosing that, if you're not speaking about that, you are not helping our society, helping the people around you know exactly how you feel in the moment and how they can help. A lot of times we see the stigma of men dying early. We see the stigma of men that have high blood pressure, have stress, that have heart attacks, that have strokes because of the things that are going on in their lives. We tend men as we as men, we tend to cope by drinking. We tend to cope by smoking. We tend to cope by cheating. And I talked about that in my last series, in my last conversation. At the time of this recording. And we cope by doing everything else except for talking about how we feel. And talking about how you feel, I'm not saying is the easiest thing in the world. It does take courage, and I'm here to say a lot of men don't have that courage to talk about it, because there's a lot of trauma that comes with talking about your emotions. There's a lot of heartache. There's a lot of pain. There's a lot of situations that you bottled up and you kept inside that you have not expressed in years, or not even thought about in years. And it takes courage. It takes courage to do that. But I'm here to say, this is not an attack on men, but I'm here to say, men, today's the day. Today is the day to talk about how you feel. Today is the day to express how you feel. Today is the day to say, hey, I'm not okay right now. I'm not okay right now. Maybe I don't know how to express it exactly the way I should, but I'm willing to talk to someone that can help me express it. Because if you don't do that, remember, men die earlier than women for multiple reasons, but the preventable reasons can be stopped if we just talk about how we feel as men and understand and acknowledge that we have emotions too. Simple as that. So to make this as simple as possible, men, we have emotions. Men, we feel. Men, we go through grief, we go through heartache, we go through loss, and it's time for us to express how we feel on a daily basis. If you're depressed, talk about it. If you are feeling stressed, talk about it. I don't want you to go through your life living as if you have to keep things bottled up. The reality is that we, just like men, women, have emotions too. It is not weakness to express how you feel. It is not weakness to show your emotions. It also is not weakness to say, hey, you're not doing well, because you have the right to express it. And if you can't express it the right way, that's why you go and get help. But men, remember, emotions are real. Men do have emotions, and it's time for us to talk about the emotions that we have so we can prevent us dying early through stress. Simple as that. So if you're struggling with this, if you're struggling with this, go get help. Men, please. I know men are stubborn. I know men feel like they can do it all by themselves and they can figure it out by themselves, but go get help. It's not going to kill you, but it may kill you if you keep these emotions bottled up and decide not to talk about your emotions. Simple as that. So if you want to talk to me, because I have talked about my emotions, I have been with a coach, talked to a therapist. I am a coach. Message me. Go to my website, colabcoach.com. Fill out that relationship checklist. Sign up for that free 15-minute coaching session. Also, Facebook Colab Coaching, Instagram Colab Coaching. All my series of my videos are on YouTube, COLAB Coaching. Like and subscribe, and share this with anyone that you know as a man. Your dad, your uncle, your cousin, your brother, your friends, your grandpa that struggle with expressing their emotions, and you could see it on them. You could see it that they're struggling, whether it be emotionally or physically. Finally, my wonderful book, Fresh Start Solve Problems Easier, is available everywhere. Barnes and Nobles, Amazon, Kindle. It's an ebook. It's an audiobook. Write a review. Tell me what you thought about this book. It's not that long. It's not that long of a book. It's all about self-love. And men, it's okay to love yourself as well. Maybe I might talk about that. If you want me to talk about that, put that in a comment. In the comments of this video that you want me to talk about men and love. That's a whole nother conversation. But with that being said, thank you so much for watching, listening, and share this with anyone that is struggling as a man to talk about their emotions. It's time to change that perspective, stigma, whatever you call it. It's time to change it all. Simple as that. Have a wonderful day. Bye.